Welcome back to English from A to Z, English in real life. Today, we are tackling a huge question, one that almost every learner asks at some point. What is the best way to actually learn English? Well, we're going to break down a simple but really powerful weekly plan from the amazing teacher Bob the Canadian. It gives you a super clear path to follow every single day. So, let me ask you, does this sound familiar? You've got the motivation, right? You're watching videos, you're on the apps, but you kind of feel like you're spinning your wheels, not making real progress, just because your learning is, well, it's all over the place. One day you read a little, the next you listen a bit, but there's just no structure. It's a super common feeling, and honestly, it can be really frustrating. But what if you had a roadmap? You know, a plan that hits every single essential skill one day at a time, making sure you're building a really balanced and strong foundation in English. Well, guess what? That is exactly what we are going to lay out for you today. Okay, let's get into it. Now, before we jump into the day-by-day schedule, we got to gather our supplies. Think of it like you're about to cook a great meal. You get all your ingredients ready first, right? Getting these few things ready now will set you up for a totally smooth and successful week. So, here's what you're going to need. First, try to find about 1 hour a day, Monday through Friday. And hey, if an hour sounds totally impossible, don't sweat it. Even 30 minutes will absolutely work. Just focus on the main activity for that day. Next, grab a simple notebook and a pen for new words. Then the fun part. Pick an English book you're actually interested in, an English TV show you want to binge, and an English song that you enjoy. These three things are going to be your core materials for the whole week. All right, we've got our toolkit ready, so let's get to the heart of this whole thing. The entire system is built around this idea of focusing on one key skill each day of the week. This makes sure you're not accidentally forgetting about any part of your language learning. Okay, so here it is, the core of the plan, and it's just beautifully simple. Each day has one single focus. Monday kicks things off as your reading day. This is all about input, just letting the language wash over you. Your main goal is to just spend time with written English, whether that's with your book, the news online, or even a site like Simple Wikipedia. The one crucial habit to start here, anytime you see a new word, jot it down in that notebook. After a day of just absorbing the language, Tuesday is when we flip the switch. This is your writing day, where you are actively producing English. And you can make this super practical. Write a couple sentences about what you did yesterday and a couple about your plans for tomorrow. Maybe drop a comment on a YouTube video in English, or you could try writing a quick summary of what you've read in your book so far. Remember, the goal isn't to be perfect, it's just to practice. Now let's move on to Wednesday, which is listening day. This is where that TV show and song you picked come into play. The focus today is purely on training your ear. So watch an episode of your show, listen to your song a few times, really try to catch the lyrics, and hey, if you can, find the audiobook for your book and listen while you read along. It's a really enjoyable, low-pressure way to boost your comprehension. Then comes Thursday, your speaking day. Now for a lot of people, this is the most intimidating one, but trust me, this is where the magic really happens. The single most effective way to do this is to book, say, a 30-minute chat with a tutor on a site like Preply or italki. But if that's not possible, do not skip the day. Just talk to yourself. I'm serious, narrate what you're doing around the house or read a page from your book out loud. The key is just to get your mouth moving and making those English sounds. And you know, this brings up such a brilliant point from Bob the Canadian. When it comes to speaking practice, hiring a tutor isn't just about those 30 minutes you're talking. It's the psychology of it. Just the simple act of scheduling that appointment creates this powerful accountability. Knowing you have to speak with someone on Thursday will naturally make you pay more attention and prepare all week long. It's a fantastic little trick that ties the whole week together. So all that work you've done all week leads us to Friday, Vocabulary Day. This is where you lock in all your learning. You take that list of words you've been writing down since Monday and you make them yours. Spend the full hour with them. You can use an app like Quizlet, make some old-school flashcards, say the words out loud, and most importantly, try to write them in new sentences. This is how words go from your notebook into your active, everyday vocabulary. So when you step back and look at the whole week, what's the big secret here? It's balance. The real power of this plan is that you are giving focused time to each of the 5 pillars of learning a language. Instead of just kind of randomly consuming stuff, you are systematically building up every single skill. And that, right there, is the key to making real, solid progress. Okay, so you've put in 5 days of really focused work. What happens on the weekend? Well, this isn't just downtime. It's actually a really strategic part of the whole learning cycle. You've got 2 excellent options for how to use your Saturday and Sunday. So your first option is to prepare. You can use the time to find your song for next week, or if you finished your book or your TV show, go find a new one. This just makes sure you can hit the ground running on Monday morning with no friction. Your second option, though, is just as important. Refresh. Take a complete break from English. Seriously. Let your brain rest. It prevents burnout, and it can actually make you a much more effective learner when you come back on Monday. So there you have it, a clear, structured, and really balanced plan for learning English. The biggest takeaway is so simple. Consistent practice, spread across all the core skills. That is what truly moves the needle. It's not about cramming for a test, it's about building a sustainable habit that you can stick with.
And that brings us to the final, and really the most important question. This plan is only as powerful as the action you take. So what are you going to choose? What book will you read? What show will you watch? And what song will you listen to this coming week? Deciding that right now is the very first step to turning this plan into your own personal progress.